What is up, everyone? How's it going? This is Waj. Hope you guys are all doing well. And today we're going to be taking a look at the new Osmo Pocket. It's right now tracking my face right now, and I'm going to just demonstrate its following capabilities. It looks pretty good for what I can see right now. It has a 3-axis active stabilization system, super compact, very similar to the original Osmo that came out a few years ago, but we have 4K at 60 FPS as well as 120 frames per second at 1080p. We're going to take a look at what its capabilities are, what its limitations are, and to see whether it's the right gimbal solution for you. So let's get right into it.
Now, dimensionally speaking, the Osmo Pocket is super tiny. It only weighs about 116 grams, about 121 millimeters in terms of height. The base is around 36 by 28 millimeters. And by a huge margin, this is probably the most compact all-in-one gimbal solution that you can truly fit comfortably in your pocket. Now, unfortunately, with this super compact size, you do sacrifice the display quality. It's a super small display. You don't actually see the entire video frame, only a small cropped portion of the center of the footage, and plus navigating through the menu can be pretty challenging, especially if you have fat fingers like myself. Now, all these concerns are virtually eliminated once you connect your smartphone to the gimbal itself via the side-mounted USB-C or Lightning connection. Now, the connection itself is actually super flimsy, and you can easily disconnect your smartphone from the device if you knock it around a tiny bit, so you definitely want to be careful over here. But once in the Mimo app, you have full utilization and control over the different shooting modes that the gimbal has to offer, as well as better overall control of the gimbal itself, especially if you want to do a little bit of manual control over your tilt and pan. Now, moving on, let's talk about the Osmo Pocket camera itself. Now, it's very similar quality to what you would find most of their drones, such as the Mavic Pro series. So we have a 0.5-inch 12 megapixel sensor. The pixel size on the sensors are rated at 1.55 microns, and you have the ability to shoot 4K at 60 FPS, 1080p at 120 frames per second, then with the maximum bitrate about 100 megabits per second. Now, the lens on this thing is rated with a maximum aperture of about f2, 26 millimeters in terms of effective focal range, giving you about an 80-degree field of view, which for me personally is a little bit too telephoto. I would rather have a little bit more of a wider angle lens to give you a better field of view. Certainly would look a little bit more immersive than what we're getting over here. Now, that being said, of course, you're going to get some amazing rock solid looking footage with the Osmo Pocket, especially compared to your smartphone that even has optical stabilization like our iPhone XR over here, or even a GoPro 7 camera that has pretty advanced optical stabilization. So in most regards, for vlogging or for walking, this is definitely the ultimate solution over here, especially if you want something super compact. In addition to that, you also have active tracking capabilities, which works really well, very similar to what we found on the drones. You have panorama capabilities in both 180-degree field of view or 3x3, as well as time-lapse and motion-lapse capabilities as well. Plus, if you like shooting stills in long exposure settings for a low-light photography, this is pretty good. It's kind of similar to what the Pixel 3 does, where it'll actively stabilize your shot during long exposure, so you can get some pretty decent low-light photography out of this thing. Now, we have an 875 milliamp hour battery inside, which is supposedly rated for around 2 hours with 4K video at 30 FPS. I didn't manage those numbers. I ranged anywhere between an hour and 25 minutes to about an hour and 45 minutes. Granted, I only used it for about 5 discharge cycles, but that's not great. Long-term wise, if you're shooting with this thing all day, you're probably going to be frustrated with the battery performance based on my experience. And there's going to be some accessories that you're definitely going to want to buy. I've been only really testing it for the last few weeks, and I definitely need that control wheel attachment that will allow me better control of the tilt and pan. I'm also going to definitely need the 3.5 millimeter adapter for connecting external microphones, since the built-in audio, as you heard from the intro video, isn't too great, and I'm definitely going to need the accessory attachment in order to mount this thing to my existing GoPro mounts. Now, beyond those notions, we're going to continue our testing with the Osmo Pocket, and I definitely want to thank you guys so much for watching. Please stay tuned for the channel for an updated video on how this thing kind of stacks up over time. And compared to most other action-oriented cameras or compact cameras, nonetheless, I think this is definitely a great alternative solution, especially if you're going to do a little bit of vlogging. You need stabilized footage with you at all times. This is definitely the most compact solution and fairly capable capable in terms of its 4K video performance. Other than that, thanks again for watching. Give us a thumbs up if you like this video, and we'll see you real soon. Take care.